Hello and welcome back to the house in Fata Morgana. Yeah, last time we found out the reason why Giselle didn't want to say why she came to the mansion and why she didn't even want to remember, and that's just very understandable. And I think I didn't comment too much on those scenes. They were a bit hard to get through, and what else was there to say, really? So, yeah, as for Michel, well, he really overreacted. I think we can only put it like that. And I want to just read a comment that my friend Bärchen left on that episode. I can see it now. There must have been a mistake when the witch rumors were spread. Someone just misheard. Michel is not a witch, but just a total bitch. He is cursed to be an ass. That's it. And yeah, I think I just thought that was so fitting. And of course he has his reasons too, why he is the way he is, and spending 10 years alone in that dark mansion can't be great for his mental well-being as well. I just hope he will get around somewhere soon, and that maybe, finding Giselle out there in the garden was a big bit of a wake-up call. I guess we'll find out now, so let's get back into it. The end of me. Stay with me. Are you alright? Oh, thank goodness, you're awake. How's your head? Can you see me? What? You had me scared silly there. I thought I might have lost you for good. I'm really glad you're alive. Where am I? And who is this man? What was I doing? You filling up for any food? I can whip up some porridge for you right quick. I was in the forest. It was raining. Before that, I was at the mansion. I feel sick. Like there's still something in my stomach. No, thank you. I don't want anything. You really should have something. You need to keep up your energy. Unless you want to conk out again in an hour. Sounds good to me. I'd rather never wake up at all. You're not in the highest of spirits either, it seems. All the more reason to get something warm in you. Please, have something. I've got some milk on the fire. I bet you can handle a cup of that. You start losing all hope once the cold gets that deep in you, reaches down to your core. Take me at my word, please. Just one sip. You'll feel like a whole new girl. heart-wrenchingly pleasant aroma wafted up with the steam from within the wooden cup. Succumbing to the sweet smell, I lifted the cup to my lips for just one sip. And the warmth that spread through me brought tears to my eyes. Perhaps there really was kindness in the world. A ripple spread across the surface of the milk. I heard a gentle sigh come from the man beside me, after which he said with a smile, "You should take it easy for the day." I had lost the willpower to think about anything. I didn't care what had happened to me or why I was here, who he was, or even where this was. I spent the whole day in bed, just watching the sun slowly slide across the wooden floor. It felt like I was somewhere far, far away. At times, I felt like a lost child, and at times, like a sickly old woman on her deathbed. Watching the sun travel gave me a renewed awareness of the passage of time, and the fact that each moment that went by was another moment I was alive. I realized then that it had been a while since I had gotten more than a brief glimpse at any sunlight. It almost surprised me how colorful the world seemed beneath the sun's light, something I didn't get much of in the dark mansion. Only after losing something do you realize how much you need it. Warm milk, the light shining through the window, and a bed that smelled like springtime. With those three things, my heart slowly began to defrost, and I started to regain the willpower to stand on my own 2 feet. Thank you for everything. You sure you're in any shape to be on your feet? Yes, I'm fine. I'm not hurt. You looked pretty beat up to me. But you look a lot better now. And you're talking a lot more clearly than before. You've been very generous, despite having never met me before, and for that you have my deepest gratitude. Without your help, I would no longer be in this world. I don't deserve your thanks. You are alive now because God's guidance made it so. God. I came across you early this morning as I was heading into the forest to hunt. Imagine my surprise seeing a young lady like you on the ground in my path. What were you doing in the forest? Oh, I actually assumed it would be the guy that Michelle spoke to, the one that was there to make sure that Michelle stayed there in the mansion. Is he not? Oh. And either way, I would be disappointed because I thought it was Michelle that got her inside. But okay, we'll get there maybe eventually. You don't have to tell me if you'd rather not. Everyone's got their own share of personal problems. You're not going to demand I talk? I have no reason to force you to do anything. You looked like you'd been to hell and back. Well, I could tell just looking at you. Now then, do you have somewhere you can go? Somewhere to go? Of course I don't. I can't go back to the capital or the mansion. If not, then why don't you stay here? Here? Sure, it's a small village. We're self-sufficient and we all help each other out. No tax-hungry lords know we built the place up either, so we keep everything we make. We're pretty remote as a result, and the harvest isn't fantastic, but I'm sure you'll find it comfortable here. The rest of the villagers will be glad to have you. What do you say? Sorry, Mom. What I'm about to do might make the rest of the family's lives more difficult. But I don't want to have to feel any more pain. If I really wouldn't be inconveniencing you. If it's really okay, then yes. I would like to stay here. That's great to hear. I was loath to send you back out there in your current condition. I haven't introduced myself yet, have I? The name's Amédée, just one lowly villager of many. I'm Giselle. Giselle. That's a beautiful name. If I'm not mistaken, there should be a vacant house. Clean it up, and you can call it home. I couldn't possibly ask for that. I doubt others would like it if I just took a house for myself. That shouldn't be an issue. I'm the village's representative, more or less. Representative? Like the chief? Only a name, though. As I mentioned, we're not on any lord's maps, so I don't have much representing to do. The only reason I ended up in charge is because I'm a bit more educated than anyone else. It was a long time ago, but I understudied with a priest. Because of that, I'm familiar with the Bible's teachings. So, rather than a chief, the people of the village look at me more like a priest. Wouldn't be much fun if the church found out about that. They're liable to think I'm acting unordained. Then, you believe in God? That's quite the question. Of course God exists. He's always watching over us. That's why you survived, because He protected you. I understand that your faith can waver when you're going through times of tribulations, but those are the times when it's most important you keep sight of who you are. Right. Now, you get some rest. Tomorrow, I'll show you around the village. Thank you. I truly mean it. I really, sincerely appreciate everything. Don't mention it, Giselle. This is your village now too, so you don't need to act like a stranger anymore. Okay. So, he's Amédée. He seems like a nice man. Maybe here I can live in peace. It'll be alright, I'm sure. Yeah. I wasn't silly enough to believe my life would be perfect. But I had found a tiny fragment of my lost hope. While I had once been ready to give up on absolutely everything, I was starting to feel like I might be able to smile again, eventually. Like I might be able to get back on my feet. And in order to do that, I had to cast aside my past once more. Forget everything that had happened at the Boulanger estate and everything that had happened at that mansion. Forget about Michel. There was one niggling curiosity, though, that I couldn't shake. Something he had said before I left. My very existence threatens to tear down that house. The cursed youngest son of the Boulanger family. Michel, who made a pact with the devil. Who is supposed to be dead, but is very much alive. What had he meant by that? Why would people think he was dead? No, I don't care about Michel one bit. Forget it. Forget everything. Oh boy, I'm having some flashbacks to, if you know it, Alice Madness Returns. About forgetting. It's not wholly unrelated, but you know, another great game, totally different from this one in terms of setup and everything, but yeah. Let's get to the other side. The house was, as it had always been, wrapped in a thick silence. Giselle's shadow, which had been lurking in the halls for about a month, was nowhere to be found. She hadn't come back since running off that day. I'm just realizing now that she must have run off farther than I thought, because I thought she only went to the garden, where in the other version of the story, Michel showed her his curse. But she must have gone further if she encountered someone else. Unless the gardens are really big. My secret was still safe. Her efforts had, in the end, all been for naught. Back to the way things were. But despite my mind telling me that it was for the best, I felt a kind of guilt seething in the back of my chest. And any attempts to figure out why only made me feel worse. But the look on her face then. Please, hear me out. I didn't know anything about you. I I wasn't sniffing around or trying to bring you harm in any way. Was that really her just putting on an act because I revealed her scheming? She was screaming, though. And she looked genuinely terrified when she knocked my hand away. I'm not falling for anything. I feel like I know that frenzied panic. Something doesn't add up. Well, thank you. You're not quite as... Oh well. Be quiet. Silence, please. My head was pounding beyond belief. I couldn't stand anything. This world, the creature I was, the witches whispering. The archangel looking down upon me seemed to be cackling from somewhere far out of reach. So, for whatever it was worth, to escape from his gaze, I once again drew the drapes over the stained glass window. Whoa, it's someone new. Hey, where are you from? You're gonna be here long? Are you? We hardly ever get visitors here, so they're downright awestruck by you. You'll be getting a lot of attention for a little, but please don't let it get to you. No, that's just fine. I'll do my best to get along with everyone. You've got a spark in you that wasn't there yesterday. Anything in particular that cheered you up? In particular? Once I decided I was going to stay here, I just sort of started feeling better about things. And I figured I couldn't stay gloomy forever. I see. Glad to hear it. And it's all thanks to you, Amédée. Keep thanking me like that and my cheeks might get stuck red. In any event, I said I'd show you around yesterday, so how about we do that? Lead the way. That said, we're a modest little village of about 100. Everyone knows everyone. For that size, it looks pretty big to me. Amédée taking the lead, we walked through the village, passing by crop fields and milk cows, presumably shared among the villagers. Houses were scattered across an area that seemed far too large for only 100 people. Actually, getting a better look at them, the buildings were dilapidated, looking more like ruins than residences. Once upon a time, this was a city rather than a village. When your ancestors lived here? Oh no. We were drifters, fortunate enough to come across some decent-looking land, so we stuck around. How do you know what it was like before then? There were a few stone tablets left behind, and based on what we were able to extract from their texts, this area used to be a large city with a booming economy rivaling that of the capital. There weren't hundreds, but thousands of people bustling about. Merchants from afar came in droves. It was much like how the capital is now. Actually, this area was more open to foreigners. People of all different races, speaking as many different languages. It was evidently quite the sight and sound. I had no idea there was a city here. That's what happens when a place is wiped from history. I couldn't tell you how reliable the tablets are, but if you take them at their word, this city lost everything in just a single week. What? People, crops, livestock, all dead. Maybe it was a natural disaster. A famine, a plague, I can't say for sure. This is what the tablet said, though. We have been cursed by the witch. Cursed by the witch. Look over there. You see that river? There used to be a magnificent bridge crossing it, but there's hardly anything left of it. If you continue along the path beyond the fallen bridge, there's a forest, and that's where I found you. The deeper parts of the forest are so dense you can't see anything but tree trunks and leaves. It's an eerie place, wrapped in a cloud of darkness. If you make it through that, there's a mansion, which is said to be cursed. Well, we heard that one before. The witch who supposedly destroyed the city lives in the house deep in the forest. She's been there for years and years and years, and she casts a curse on anyone who goes near it. The city was so large that the mansion was actually in its borders. My guess is the bridge was built to mark the road leading to it. Now, as you can see, the bridge is gone and the houses still standing are practically in ruins. But the mansion alone looks just as it did back then. The witch living in the mansion goes by the name Morgana. According to the records, someone by that same name was executed in this area for witchcraft. And even in death, she continues to bear her grudge against mankind. Who knows how much of it is true, though? Truth or fiction, the story has taken root in this region. The city's history may be lost, but the legend of the witch continues to be told. People have a tendency to keep stories alive that scare them. Sorry, I didn't mean to disturb you. No, I'm fine. You're best staying away from the mansion in the forest at any rate. There's no saying what might happen if curiosity gets the better of you. Better safe than sorry, if you ask me. Aside from the mansion, this is as peaceful a village as you'll find. I don't know where you came from, but I'm glad you didn't end up wandering up there. Well, about that. I know all about the mansion and who lives there. I was there, after all, with Michelle for a full month. But I don't remember any cursed witch. Just a man with a bone-chilling glare. Maybe the rumors about a witch living there were spread by him. Or perhaps even his family. I could see them doing that. But none of them matters to me anymore. I'm never going anywhere near that house again. The witch's curse, Michelle, they're nothing to me. With nowhere else to go, I ended up in this small village. There was no denying that there was very little to speak of here. But I found peace in that nothingness. I couldn't have been more blessed that such a kind man had found me and welcomed me into his village. The village ran entirely on its own crops and livestock. They had no currency, merely bartered among themselves. Coming from a merchant's family, everything felt so new. I had never ploughed a large plot of land, milked a cow, or used a loom before. At first, I wasn't sure what to think, being such a departure from my lifestyle in the capital. But over time, I grew more comfortable with my new life, and the people of the village started thinking of me as one of them. That sounds really lovely. I mean, I'm a city girl myself, but yeah, especially with her background, that sounds perfect, really. Let's see how long it lasts.
Come on, Giselle, come play with us. We're playing hide and seek today.
Can't, sorry, I'm spinning yarn.
You can do that later. Come on, play with us.
Stop that! Don't pull on my skirt.
Oh, all right, you win.
When I'm done with this, I'll join you.
And no ditching. We'll be down at the square, okay?
Got it. See you there. The kids have taken quite a liking to you.
Ah, Amédée.
You think so? They've been incredibly lively since you arrived. Children are more sensitive than adults.
Sensitive?
They're very perceptive of how others are feeling. If you begrudgingly play along, they'll pick up on that quickly. You like children, and that's a wonderful thing. There's not a good woman in the world who dislikes children. Wow. I disagree with that. I don't hate them or anything, but, you know.
Why, thank you.
I don't think it's so much that I like them, as I'm kind of like a big kid myself. I genuinely enjoy hide and seek. But that's not going to earn me any points. I like kids too. Watching them, it gives me faith that this world has a bright future. A bright future. I'd never looked at them that way. They seem to like you quite a bit too, Amédée. Thanks. Though I'd rather give my affection to my own kids.
Oh? You have children?
Oh, heavens no. I thought that was obvious enough. I'm talking about the future.
I see. But knowing you, Amédée,
I'm sure you'll find someone right for you and have kids of your own in no time. It's not that easy, sadly. Even in such a small village, there are no ladies who would take interest in me. You don't give yourself enough credit. I'm fully confident you'll find someone soon enough. Do you really think so? Absolutely. Then perhaps you could be that person. What? Pardon? I won't pressure you into it, of course. But I think it would be marvelous to have you in my life in a bigger way. But it's a little soon for me to think about settling down like that. It is pretty sudden, I admit. Take all the time you need to consider it. All right. I have to go play with the kids now. Have fun. I wonder if he really meant it. Amede is a nice fellow. And I'm sure living here would be wonderful. But I can't help feeling something isn't right here. What? Why am I thinking about him now, of all times? That man has no redeemable qualities. Not one. As it turned out, Amede was serious about his proposition, and he brought it up every time we ran into each other. Well, that's uncomfortable. Unable to give him an answer, I found myself constantly apologizing to him. Soon, winter started giving way to spring. On a day when the air still had a brisk winter bite, and budding seedlings battled to break through the earth, the seams holding the village together began to come loose. Too good to be true again, eh? What now? That day, the village men were gathered in the square, talking. They all had stern looks on their faces. It was clear that something had happened. I obviously couldn't stick my head in, so I waited until they were done and called Amede. While it was rather awkward, I was still more comfortable asking him for information than anyone else. Actually, with a dejected look on his face, he started explaining. A lord found out about this village. What? And he said he's going to place this land under his rule. Meaning he'll start collecting taxes. In addition, he is also demanding we pay 5 years' worth of back taxes for our unauthorized use of the land. Wow. What? That's ridiculous. Yes, it most certainly is. We obviously don't have the means to pay 5 years' taxes. There's no reason for him to take over this village at all. We're completely isolated from the surrounding area, after all. But if we resist, he could send soldiers. It doesn't matter how absurd his claim to the village is. We have no choice but to comply. That's terrible. What are we going to do then?
We are going to do as the law demands. The 5 years' taxes will have to be paid in installments. Some of the men suggested we abandon the land and find somewhere else. But it would take time to cultivate the land and plant new crops. It's no trivial task. We'll just have to make do with these changes. We'll use more of the land to grow and try to be more efficient. Will you help in the fields?
Of course. This village is my home now too.
Thank you, Giselle. It will be difficult, but if we all pitch in, I'm sure we can get through this.
I thought the same thing. If we all work together, we could make it through this rough patch. But the collection of taxes brought more than just a burden for everyone to share. It brought emotional strain and conflict to the village too. Your family has more hands to work the fields. I have a sickly child. You expect him to work any harder than he is? I know you're hiding grain in your cellar. You have more than us. Let us keep a little grain. You have more. No, you have more. You both have more than us. When their comfortable lives fell under attack, the village's top priority became their own property. The cooperation was only temporary. And before long, everyone became a threat. The negative energy only built on itself, its growth accelerating like a boulder rolling down a hill. And it wasn't long before their sights fell on me, the outsider. Come on, get moving. Ow! Stop that! Why are you doing this?
I'll stop once you've told us everything.
Told you what? One morning, a man dragged me from my house and took me to the square. There, the entire rest of the village was gathered, all eyes on me. What? What's this about?
Oh, don't play stupid. We all know it was you.
What was me?
The thief.
Midday? From the crowd appeared someone I knew quite well. The ever-affable village representative. The man who had saved my life. But in his eyes now...
I thought you were better than that.
Was contempt, anger, scorn. So many different shades of negativity. I recognized what I saw in his glare immediately, as someone who had been subjected to those looks before. But why? For what reason was he looking at me like that? I couldn't make sense of what was happening. So I just stood there, stupefied.
There's been a rise in reports of people having things stolen lately. This village is too small to attract bandits, though. Since the Lord now demands we pay him taxes, even the smallest item lost can have a dramatic impact on a family's living conditions. What you've done is no joke.
Wait just a second. I haven't stolen anything. Why do you think I...
You have been seen in the act.
What?
So long as there is testimony against you, your guilt is assured.
Who says they saw me? I swear I didn't do anything. They're obviously lying.
You're the one who's lying. You've been playing us for fools this whole time.
Everything was fine until you showed up.
You managed not to get found until you showed up.
No, that's not my fault.
Giselle, apologize to the village and return what you've taken.
Amédée, don't you believe me?
There were multiple witnesses. Several different people saw you stealing. I've known these people long enough to be family, and I trust them like family too. They're not liars.
But... no, they're framing me. I didn't steal anything, I swear.
Framing you.
Now you want to put this on us, woman? Unbelievable. Have you forgotten we welcomed you into our village? Amédée, please believe me. You of all people should believe me.
You've been avoiding me of late, haven't you?
What?
Because you had something to hide, correct?
No,
What other reason could you have to avoid me?
Why? How can you say these things? Why won't you believe me?
Now, return the things you've stolen.
I can't. I never stole anything. How am I supposed to return something I don't have?
I see. So you've already moved the stolen goods. She said she doesn't have them anymore, folks. How should we deal with this? Roll her up till she talks.
Yeah, she's not getting off that easy. Give us back our property. Why is this happening to me? The harsh new rulership has driven these people mad. I need to get away from this village, quick.
Restrain her.
No, get your hands off me.
Have you forgotten everything we've done for you? All that matters is that you don't have to suffer. Is that it?
I didn't do anything.
Take her to my house. We'll make her tell us everything.
No, stop. You've all gone mad. Please, come to your senses.
With men on all four sides of me, I was dragged into Amédée's house. He sat coolly in a chair, and they shoved me to my knees before him. I'll ask you this one more time, Giselle. Where did you put the things you stole?
And I'll keep giving you the same answer. I didn't take anything from anyone. Please believe me.
Do you swear, with God as your witness?
I do. I swear with all my heart.
You don't actually believe her, do you, Amédée? She not only sold us out to her lord, she's now threatening to make our lives downright impossible.
Again, that's just a coincidence. Listen to me, Amédée.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, the woman hath committed 3 sins. She has lied, she has stolen, and she has betrayed her fellow man.
Why are you doing this, Amédée? You were such a good man.
I am deeply disappointed in you, Giselle. As much as I don't want to do this, I have to get the truth from you.
Amédée. Of course. Why didn't I see it? I'm still just an outsider to them. Why would he believe a stranger's word over the word of the village? His family.
The water.
What? A man set a wooden well bucket on the floor in front of me. In it wasn't clean water from the well, though, but grimy, murky wastewater. I reflexively turned my head from the stench, but a man behind me grabbed me by the hair. And before I had a chance to realize what was happening, the world around me went brown. Ugh. I struggled with all my might to break free, but my arms were tied behind my back, and I didn't have the strength to overpower the man holding my head down. Reflexively gasping for air, a stream of filthy water poured into my mouth.
Pull her out. We get nothing if she dies. Put her back in. And keep at it until she decides she's ready to talk.
No!
How unsightly. And to think I ever considered marrying this woman.
Stop!
We can stop whenever you want, Giselle. You just have to tell us the truth.
Please. Stop! I was given no time to rest. My head shoved into the bucket and pulled out just long enough for me to steal a breath before going back in, over and over again. Not a person in that room objected to the abuse I was receiving. I had prayed for a good harvest with these people. They had taught me how to use a loom, something I had never touched before. We had laughed together, lived together. they were normal people. Perfectly ordinary, kind, helpful, friendly people. Not at all cruel or inhumane. But now, they burned with a frenzy that overshadowed all my memories of them. And every gargle, gasp, and grunt they got from me fueled that fire. Dozens of eyes laced with madness stared down upon me, rejoicing at my suffering. My consciousness was slipping away from me. I thought I could hear laughing and chattering, but it all passed through my ears as mere noise, nothing I could make sense of. And Awith, stay with me. Me too. Oh, thank goodness, you're awake. Wait, what was I just doing? Right, I was in the forest, on the verge of death. Then Amide found me and... We almost lost valuable manpower there. We were just discussing what to do about you, Giselle, and we decided to make you village property. No, he didn't save me. If you agree to work for us, we'll put this whole nasty mess behind us. You may be worthless in the fields and terrible with the loom, but there's plenty you can help with. What are you going to make me do? You like to get your hands dirty. And considering I found you half dead in the forest, I doubt the rest of you is any cleaner. Midday. It seems we've come to an agreement. I'll keep watch over her starting today, to make sure she stays in line and doesn't steal anything else. Dirty. Stays in line. The way they're looking at me. They didn't have to spell it out. No. Anything but that. Please, have mercy. If you're begging for mercy, that means you know you've done something wrong. Let's see. There is one way, Giselle. What? Give back what you stole, naturally. But if you're going to insist that's not possible, then bring us something of equal value. And if you can't do that, then your life belongs to the village. The men were cackling. They knew I couldn't do it. And they were enjoying watching me squirm. Take your pick, Giselle. Something of equal value. If I can get that, then you'll set me free? In that moment, a little bit of darkness bubbled up in my heart. Something maleficent whispered in my ear. If you are in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. Yep, that's what I was thinking of as well. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for food, then make your way to a larger town. I think I know where you can get something worth some money. The mansion in the forest has some fairly valuable furniture in it. Oh God. When did I become... You can steal some of that to sell for good money. Such a despicable woman.
You mean the cursed mansion?
You expect us to go there? Are you out of your mind? Anyone who goes near that house is killed by the witch's curse. There is no witch living there. There is no curse.
Giselle, what do you know about that mansion?
I lived there for a while. Well, for a month.
You what?
The son of a noble lives there. He's human. And he's alone.
A noble? What's a noble boy doing this far from the city?
I presume he was banished there. I was sent to the mansion from the capital to act as a servant. There was plenty of value in the house. Shelves lined with books. There should be more than enough to pay the Lord 5 years' worth of taxes.
Is what you're saying true?
I would not lie. As bewilderment spread through Amedee's house, I was unable to look at anything but the floor. I couldn't stop trembling. To protect myself, I had sold out Michel.
You swear there's just a single man living in that house?
Yes, it's only him.
All right. If it turns out you're lying, you'll pay. Okay, everyone, you heard her. Tell all the young men to get ready. We're going up to the mansion in the forest. And just to be safe, make sure everyone brings something they can use as a weapon. And you, Giselle. You're coming with us. You'll be leading the way. Listen to me. Don't think about trying to run.
Right. Oh my god. I couldn't have expected this to be the thing. But I guess I mentioned it before, that they hurt each other. Oh boy. Ah, it's so rough. Like, you can understand why she does it. She's desperate. And it's really hard to say now that those villagers were kind in any way, because even... how do I put this? Like, the torture itself is already unforgivable. But then they didn't even just use normal water. What the fuck? Messed up. On the cusp of springtime, I found myself trekking through the dreary forest I had thought I would never set foot in again. How had I ended up here? How come I could never manage to avoid getting myself in these situations? And who would have guessed that my reason for returning to the mansion would be to loot it? I prayed for God to show even a little mercy and ensure Michelle wasn't around. Though I knew the chances of that happening were almost zero. After several hours of walking, we broke through the thick woods, and the mansion appeared before us. Like its surroundings, the house was bleak and uninviting. Even the midday sun seemed disinterested in shining its light upon it. Despite, on the surface, there not being much of anything impressive about it, the entire mob stood speechless before its overwhelming presence. But the men had weapons, and they were fueled by avarice, which gave them the courage to approach this place they wouldn't normally otherwise.
Door won't open. I think it's barred from the inside. It would seem someone really does live inside this cursed place. I'm honestly surprised. Even more so that it's not a witch, but just a noble. The door's old, we could break it down. Yeah, let's bust it down.
Hold on, there's no need to be barbaric.
Well, I mean, but if they made some loud noise, that would at least warn me, sure? Well.
Did you even consider knocking on the door like normal people? You sound like a band of thieves.
That's something else coming from you. Who do you think proposed this plan, Giselle? You.
Well, you fucking made her.
Alright, men. You ready for lives of luxury? Break down that door.
Stop it!
It's the damn noble to make our life so hard. They deserve to be robbed. Break it. Break down the door.
Please, stop this.
Break it down. Break it down. Break it down.
Stop! All the repressed emotions detonated. They battered the door again and again and again. And in a few minutes' time, it was on the verge of collapse. They shouted and cheered and hooted like madmen, as my peaceful life came crumbling down around me. Growing lightheaded from the anxiety, I squeezed my eyes shut, unable to bear it any longer. When the deep groan of a door opening echoed through the forest.
It would seem you're not aware whose house you're trying to break into.
The world went silent, like time had come to a stop. No one could manage to say a word. Only stare at the man who had appeared from within the mansion. Surely you know what this place is called. Beneath the dazzling midday sun, he had bone-chillingly alabaster skin and long, nearly translucently pale hair. So surely you came prepared for whatever you would find. And his eyes were like two blazing infernos staring out across the mob.
A demon.
Someone muttered, probably unconsciously. He did, indeed, look like something not of this world.
It's a demon. Rumors about this place were true. A cursed demon lives there.
Demon? Him? Michel? No, he's not cursed.
Indeed, I am cursed. The witch's curse is real. I have inherited it in its entirety, as well as her purpose. A witch, a demon, a spirit impure. Call me whatever you wish. For the truth shall not change. I carry within me an eternal curse. Behold my flesh, pale as the moon. No red blood flows beneath the skin as it does yours. Behold my hair, utterly devoid of color, offered up to the devil as part of our pact. Behold these crimson eyes, a symbol of the lifeblood spilt at my hands. I shall bring calamity upon you as the witch of legend. Never-ending famine, plague, catastrophe, suffering for generations. Until the moment of your deaths, you shall regret ever coming near this place. No, have mercy. We were just... It was that woman. She brought us here, tempted us with promises of wealth, deceived us, told us to pillage this house. We're innocent.
Amédée.
Please, have mercy on us.
Give her to me, then, as an offering.
Absolutely, she's yours. Torture her however you please.
I have one more condition. You never come near this house again. If you so much as consider it, you will all die by my curse.
I swear it. We won't return. Run! Get out of here!
Without so much as a glance back, the villagers scrambled into the forest, and Amédée, the man who had rescued me that night, went right along with them. Is there kindness in the world? I wasn't sure what to think anymore. Don't think I'm helping you. His voice rained down on me, but I couldn't lift my head. There was such a gaping void in my chest. I had no idea what questions I should be asking anymore. What I should be angry about. What I should be sad about. Not even the first clue. Look at me. Look at me, Giselle. Tell me, is it true you returned to the mansion to plunder it? That you brought those men here to rob me of my valuables? Answer me, Giselle. Yes, it's true. I persuaded them to steal from you. Are you really so desperate for money that you resort to looting? Just how low will you go? Not only did you seduce my father, not only did you go digging around for information about me, you brought a mob to this house. And they were armed too. Were you trying to get me killed? Answer me, Giselle. Come on, at this point you have to. Not even going to defend yourself? Your scheme failed. So you're retreating into silence? Ah, for God's sake. You sicken me. I'm done with you. I'm done. Leave this place and never show your face here again. As he shouted at me, and I stared into his fiery red eyes, a somewhat inappropriate thought crossed my mind. Oh, so he can get emotional like anyone else. And my heart, stripped raw and cast out to sea, finally sunk deep enough to be crushed by the pressure. What? If you want me gone, then kill me. You can do that, can't you? You can use a curse to kill me, can't you? Then do it. Right here. Use your power. Take my life. And if you don't want to do that, stab me with your knife. Kill me. Kill me. Kill me. What? I'm done. I can't take it. I'm through with this whole world. No one will believe anything I say. No one cares one bit about how I feel. They just walk all over me, laughing. Why? Tell me, why? Why is this happening to me? I never stole anything. What are you talking about? I tried my best to look happy. I thought everything would work out if I could keep smiling. I believed that would make things better. But nothing ever got better. What did I ever do? Tell me, what did I do? But you... All I did, all I ever did, was believe. Tried my best to survive, to always wear a smile. But if everything's going to be my fault, and I have to deal with that for the rest of my life, then I'm done. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to live in this world anymore.
Calm down, please. I don't follow what you're saying. My understanding is that you desired money, so you brought that mop. And before that, you used my father.
You wouldn't believe me even if I told you the real story. You'll take your family's word over mine. You don't have any idea what I went through there. How hard it was just to keep myself together.
Well,
I never wanted riches. All I wanted was a decent enough wage to allow my family to live comfortably. That's all I wanted. But that man, he used my family against me. He made me... forced me to... He raped me.
what?
Again and again, no matter how much I resisted. He wouldn't stop. Again and again. He threatened me. Beat me. Cut me with a knife. Over and over and over again.
What? My father raped you?
No one would believe me. I did nothing wrong. You don't believe me either, do you? So I'm done. I don't want this body anymore. I don't want to live like this anymore. I can't take it anymore. Help me, please. Set me free. Kill me. Kill me already. Use your curse and kill me. Kill me.
Give me a moment. I need time to process this.
You can do it, can't you? Then kill me already. Kill me. Kill me now. Kill me. Damn it.
Give me time, so we can talk this through. I want to hear everything, from the beginning. Inside. Let's go inside and talk. The light hurts my eyes.
Wow. Wow. Finally, you're fucking talking. Ooh, need a moment to breathe there. And however much I want this to continue, I don't want to make these parts too big. So I'm gonna stop it here, but wow. Yeah, that was again a lot to go through. Giselle finally seemed to have a ray of hope with that village. Turn into shit. Quite soon too. We didn't get really a time frame, but she wasn't there that long, I suppose. And the mob was turned away very easily. Like, is it really Michelle's presence that amazing, or are they just like fools basically believing that immediately, okay, you see someone who doesn't look quite normal or quite normal, I don't want to use the word normal, but what different, yeah, who looks different, and you immediately believe him that it's a demon. That's, yeah, a little uneducated, I guess. But I mean, good for us. Worked out quite well. But, oh my god. Yeah. Can we please be done with Giselle's suffering now? I mean, knowing this game, maybe not, but at least we finally got it out there in the open, and Michelle has accepted to give her a chance to talk. That's all we ever wanted, right? Ooh. Oh boy. Okay. That was quite something. Yeah. As always, thank you so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Yeah, just as a side note, if you don't follow me on Twitter and you're in Germany, on March 10th I'll actually be doing a reading in Troisdorf. So if you're somewhere there in the area, please check out the details on my Twitter and maybe come around if you want to. It's something completely different from this, but yeah, just letting you know. And yeah, aside from that, I guess I will see you next time here for the continuation of this very intense story. Yeah, as always, thank you so much, and until next time, bye bye.